Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you see and want to see more. Coming up, the third and final report of the Ghana's Origins Cup, and also the announcement of the Rugby League Federation Ghana's first international squad of 2021. So now we go on to my report of the third and final game of the Ghanaian Origin Cup, where we see the winners of this being claimed crowned champions. There is a little bit of proviso though. As the series has gone on, due to tries scored, Team Safi are 9 points behind. So they have to win the game by 9 points plus to be crowned as champions, with no doubts. Team Green just either have to draw or win the game. And so here are the lineups, and we'll start with Team Green. So the first change is that Kwesi Boateng Akamura comes in for Benjamin Anani at prop forward, where this means that Benjamin Anani is dropped down to the substitutes bench. Coins Afosu comes into halfback position instead of Suleiman Idorosu, who drops down to out of the starting lineup and also out of the squad. But it is more or less... Oh, Michael Kay comes in instead of Williams Echo in the centre position. But Williams Echo goes to left wing instead of Bernard Amar, who drops down to the reserves bench. Emmanuel Coffey, after being on the bench in the last game, has dropped down to the reserves picture, where we see Martin Zoko come into the reserves instead of Coffey himself. For Team Safi, it is as you were from last week, with no changes to the starting lineup, but on the bench there is a noticeable changes, as Nigel Saki and Desmond Giotra come onto the bench for Tony Taiwa and Mohamed Al Hassan, and Stephen Adiniera comes onto the bench also, as well as Emmanuel Achpong, who wasn't included in the starting 19, including reserves for 20 for Team Safi. So as the match kicks off, it is Team Safi who are the first team to return the ball, and after getting to their through their first set of 6, Team Green seem to have their intentions set out as they charge down the first kick of the game. Greens get into the last on the returning set, and Team Yellow are caught offside on the second, and on the second tackle, a short ball to Oliver Pullman, who powers over from short range, and John Bless Mensah adds 2 to make it 6-0 to the Greens, which is a fantastic start to them, but to get them in a position where they're going to win the series if Team Safi do not do something spectacular. Greens, after returning set on the from the kickoff, make good ground, and on the last they run down the left wing, and the ball was deemed to go forward before Team Yellow got their covering defense over to bundle the Green's winger into touch. Yellows from the scrum powered down at the field. They went and they too run it on the last. And unfortunately, their version of the attack ends close to the line. Safi, though, were a little bit further down the game, down the half, get a penalty due to to offside, and they march down the field with a kick to touch, and they start throwing the ball about on the first. But the ball carrying arm is down and deemed to be a complete tackle after Safi's Nigel Saki second effort is placed over the line. The resulting scrum for the Green, and they start having trouble to getting out of their own half. We're getting up to the 20-meter line, and 20-minute mark, and Safi are marching down the field again. The Greens get the ball back, though, as there is an intercept in mid-play, and on the returning set after the Greens get out of the half for the first time in the half, should I say, well, in this sustained period for Team Safi, they get into the Team Safi half. Safi on the returning set, knock on, and from the scrum, Greens start getting some momentum, making good yards. And on the last, close to the line, a looping pass is found to the right edge for the Green team, and a try for Williams Echo. Mensah misses the second conversion, but it's 10-0 to Team Gia-McNeil. Safi are back in it not long soon after, as it's Green sloppiness in their own 20, and then a couple of drives later, Desmond Gotra, recalled to the squad for today, scores after a couple of drives from close range. Chris DeGarma adds the 2 to make it 10 points to 6. An offside in their own 20 by the Greens gives Team Yellow more options, and they go for 2. But this time, Daryl Amote misses the chance to get Safi within 2 points of the scoreline. After a knock-on by the Yellows while Green is in a position, scrum for Gia is marched up. It causes Team Green to march upfield, and the Green's Mensah attacks the line with a break. He's brought down close to the line, and the ball is thrown to the right for a short run by Collins Ofosu, and was deemed to be rewarded with a try first of all, but the linesman said he lost the ball under control. The decision of the on-field try was reversed from the original call by the referee, and soon after that the referee calls half-time. So it's more attacking attempts from Team Green, and they do seem their go forward is a lot better during this game than previous. So let's see how they get on in the second half. And Team Safi mount a comeback? I hope so. Otherwise, their season's done. So we come to the second half, and Safi kick off, but it didn't travel 10 metres. They tried a short kick off to regain possession as soon as possible, because they know if they get the possession, they will keep it for, well, if they have more possession, they'll win. But unfortunately, this one has been called penalty to Team Green. After a Safi have a player forced out by Team Green on a couple of sets later, a couple of drives into a Team Green set, now camped in the Safi 20-meter line. The ball is back in the hands of Oliver Puman, who powers his way over from 12 meters out. Michael Kay misses the kick, For this try though, it was a mismatch again. They identified big man or small man, and Team Green powered over. There was no covering challenge. If there was some cover coming over, say there was a bigger man versus bigger man, the ball would have been out left anyhow. They had the numbers, Team Green, and Team Yellow didn't identify that. So we're at 14 points to 6 early in the second half. Greens are controlling the ball now and kick for distance on the last and tackle Yakubu, but Green hold him down a little too long and calls a penalty, and the ref calls a penalty for Team Safi. Safi work the ball into the Greens 20 from the resulting penalty and work it right with a kick and finds the man wide right. But in the motion of scoring, the winger, who ducked back inside to score a more better position try, the linesman has said that he put his foot out into touch, so the try was not given. After a handling error by Greens though, the scrum is packed down, and after a couple of attempts at the scrum base breaks, William Pearce Binney scores with a great run, breaking the line from the base of the scrum and from around about 40 metres out, goes through the broken line and scores left of the posts. Try of the game and try of the series so far for Team Safi. The Gamma misses the kick and to close up the scoring even further, so the score is 14 points to 10. The Greens forwards have had the better of the Yellows throughout this entire game, and that platform seems to be tiring the forwards out a bit. They've put in the more effort throughout this entire game. People like Energy Richard Amivor, Quasi Boateng, Oliver Pullman, and also the subs that came on have been going forward. Tiredness is creeping in for both sides though, as both are making mistakes. And after some excellent breaks of a tiring green line, Chris Nagama gets the ball played 5 metres out, and he tries to burrow his way over the line to no avail. We're coming into the latter stages of the second half at this point. So he's held up against the Greens line. And the first drive after the ref calls held, as that was on the last, the Greens fumble. And the Yellows have a penalty as they work it right as well, due to a high tackle. A couple of tackles later, an inside ball reaches Riddick Aliba, who crashes over, leaving defenders on the ground, to get the scores up to 14 all, tightening up. And Chris Nagama adds the extras for Team Safi, and they have their lead for the first time in the game. Can they pull off a miracle coming into these final 10 minutes? It's something that really could happen. It's all positive. It's all yellow at this point. Until Safi received the ball around 30 metres out from the kickoff, and they drop the ball. So the scrum is packed down. And a few tackles after the scrum is packed down, the ball is given, a short ball that is given to Oliver Pullman, who scores his hat-trick and makes it 18 points to 16. Straight from the kickoff though, the Greens attack the left edge and find Michael Kay, who's got a load of space in front of him. He's only got him and the fullback there. And he has some support as they're coming up to the Yellows 40-metre line on the left wing. And he passes it, and it's Jonas Morcar who passes it inside for Williams Echo, but he fumbles it with the try line gaping. There was no one going to catch him, and it would have put the tie to bed. But Greens have all the position now. Not the possession, the position. As the clock gets into its final minute, the Yellows find a gap and attack. They reach the Greens 20 and the ball is knocked on by Adate. And their whistle goes for the final minute, the final time in this series. And it's full time with the scores 18 points to 16 to Team Green, and they have won the Origins Cup. So it was a well thought out hard series for the Ghanaian Origins Cup, with Gia-McNeil, Team Green beating the Team Safi 13, Team Yellow for this trophy, and congratulations to them. And on the match was Oliver Pullman. Pullman is got, what can you say? He led the line, he was a captain, and did really, really well for the entire team. Hat-trick. He scored 4 in 3 games, and it was in the last 2 games. On balance, you do have to say, because of the 2-1 win, that the Greens deserved it. Yellows did fight the hardest to get involved with the 8-8 draw. I think they missed out on the win on the second game. They could have got the win with a last-minute drop goal or anything like that. There was in position. No one took charge, it seemed like, but that's for another day, and that comes with experience and more games. So, congratulations to Oliver Pullman, my player of the tournament, player of the game, and yeah, player of the tournament. With all International Rugby League Origin Series, there is always a motive why they're playing these series of games. And in the Ghanaian Origin Series case was to announce a squad that will play a President's 13 and represent the Ghanaian national team at Rugby League. A couple of days after the Origin season closed, the head of the technical director of Rugby League and the head coach of Rugby League Federation Ghana both sat down at the table and announced who is going to be involved in this said squad. So let's have a look at the players that have been picked for the Ghanaian national team squad after these matches in the Origin Series, and will go on to play against the President's 13. So it's Anthony Agvemenu, who's a forward for the Tigers Club. And after that we have Chris Dagama, who plays centre, but he also plays scrum half for the Scholars and also through Team Safi during the series. Collins Ofosu, who's a standoff who plays for the Bulls. David Narty, another standoff and is with the Scholars. One of the standout players, most improved players during the series, I've noticed that. He took control in the 3rd game and led them to the win. Emmanuel Ajapong, who's a prop and also plays for the Scholars, but played for Team Safi. John Bless Mensah, who's a centre and plays for the Panthers. Big powerful runner who came to the fore in the 3rd game, one of the other better players as the series went on. Jonas Morka, now I've spoken to him a few times before when it coming to anything about the 2nd game. He's a hooker and plays for the Panthers. Also plays scrum half, so he's a ball-playing player and a bit of a creative force. Jonathan Adote, lock forward, who plays for the Tigers. By all accounts on the Yellows, including their captain Riddick Alibar, said that he was probably the most improved player as the tournament went on for Team Safi. Jonathan Anna, who's a lock for the Scholars as well. Kwesi Akumoa, who's a prop for the Bulls. Kwasi Nana Bolting, my personal choice as a best player in Game 2, a prop for the Scholars as well. Martin Oko Boabank, who's fullback, who plays for the Bulls. Michael Kay, another centre who plays for the Scholars. One of the, like I said for Les Mensa, he turned up for Gia-McNeil in the third game and helped produce a performance for the team to push themselves forward to win the series. Mohamed Yakubu, sorry, he's a winger for the Scholars. Interesting shift in the third game where he went in at fullback and gave William Pearce-Biney the freedom to roam around the pitch as a offensive strike player. Nigel Saki, big prop forward who plays for the Bulls, and one they were hoping to make a game change, which he did to an extent in the third game in the pack for Safi 13. Oliver Pullman, the captain of the Gia-McNeil 13s, as you know, he scored a hat-trick in the last game to win the series essentially for Gia-McNeil. Richard Amalvo, person who they call Energy, another go forward type of lock forward, plays for the Scholars. Brady Calibar, forward for the Scholars and also the captain of Team Safi during the series. William Pearce-Binny, a fullback. You saw a spectacular run in the third game for that brilliant individual try. And finally, Desmond Giota, who plays a centre for the Bulls. So here we are, the outcome of the Origin series, the squad. Yes, there have been a few changes and there is a few newbies in the squad. Collins Ofosu, I believe, is in the squad for the first time. But then you've got the other end of the scale, William Pearce-Binny, who's in the squad yet again. He's been there since 2017, I believe. So let's see how they go against the President's 13 and what can come of that. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another season ended with a great game. The Origins Cup, well done to Team Safi for doing so well in the tournament, and also congratulations to Team Green for their victory of this entire series, winning the games 2-0. It's just one of those days, one of those series that could have went out each way. They played the conditions better in the first game. Both teams were exactly the same in the second, and the forwards won it for the Greens in the third. That's it. Now, they're going on to playing this President's Cup game, and the squads are announced. Tell me what your thoughts are on the squads. Are you thinking that they've got a good basis of a team there? Or do you think that other players could have been called up instead? It's your opinion. You're not right, you're not wrong. Just one of the, it's just your opinion. So, good luck to all those in the international squad. I do hope you're very successful and enjoy the experience of representing Ghana. In the meantime though, thank you very much for watching. Remember, like, subscribe and share this video worldwide. Not slike, because that's a total different thing altogether. Get your friends involved, whether it's playing, watching, commenting, or even officiating, coaching, bringing the kids along, sponsoring. The game needs to grow. We need all of you. So that's me for another video. I'll just say all the best, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.